Boys and girls, I want your riffs, 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 and your guitar tones. Because, yes, that means we're finally doing a riff contest. And we're doing this riff contest with BOGREN Digital. So that means you better come up with some killer diddle and show me what you got. Because you can win shitloads of amazing prizes. Show me your riffs. Something like this. December will be the Kristian Kohle month at BOGREN Digital. Awesome. So this means this will be the darkest December ever. Yeah. And we're doing this riff contest. And this basically means you can download the drum track of the song of the riff you just heard. That is a programmed drum track that I did here in the studio. You can download that track and come up with your own riffs. And I'm so looking forward to hearing your ideas and hearing your guitar tones. Because by the end of the month, end of December, right after we have celebrated a very satanic Christmas, Jens Bogren and me will come together and listen to all your results, and we will choose the winners. And you can win some amazing stuff. So the winner is not only getting all BOGREN Digital products, which means my IRs, Jens's IRs, his drum samples, 2 Madsen's camper pack and all that stuff. You're also getting the infamous Grindstein plugin. And to make this even better, this is my personal Grindstein pedal, and you can win this pedal. I have used this not only on countless productions, but this has also been the reference for the plugin. So whenever I was checking one of the 50,000 versions of the plugin, I was using this pedal. So this is maybe the mother or the ugly, filthy grandmother of all Grindsteins. So the winner will get this pedal, and I will sign it with my blood. No, maybe not. No, I'm afraid of blood. No. And on top of that, you are also getting my high gain guitar tone crafting course on PROMIX Academy. This is I think almost 4-hour course that I did earlier this year about tone finding, about creating your own guitar tones, not mine, yours, about creating a vision, how to come up with a great tone. And I forgot one thing. The winner will also get a private conversation with me, a beer with Kohle kind of thing, you know. So, we'll have a beer together and you can talk about whatever you want. Guitar tones, Satan, and beer. No, you can only talk about guitar tones, Satan, and beer. That's the deal. So the winner can have a chat with me. And the drums we are using for this contest, you just heard them in the beginning. This is also part of that high gain guitar tone crafting course at PROMIX Academy. In that course, I'm basically dialing in the guitar tones of 3 different songs. And this is the so-called modern metal songs. And just to make this video even better, I decided to show you a little snippet of that course. So here's how I dialed in the main rhythm tone of the song you heard in the beginning. I don't even remember what I used. I think I had 2 setups. 4 different amps, Engel, Brunetti, Black Star even, and the rectifier or something. So I even had 2 versions, and I'm going through all the details here. So here's a little snippet. Enjoy. This is how you find great guitar tones. So let's talk about the song. First of all, we have 4 rhythm guitars, and they are like that's the main sound of that song. They are playing all the time. And since this is a modern metal song, I want something aggressive. I want something really dry, really in your face. So we need aggression. We don't need vocal lower mids. We don't need the of the orange. We need more, something more like the rectifier, something aggressive and mean. And fast distortion in your face. And then later in the chorus and occasionally also somewhere in the verse, we have some lead guitars coming in, and they have a totally different function. I want them to sound warmer because they will open up the mix. They will make it sound warmer. They will add another dimension. So that should be a totally different sound with more mids, maybe less distortion, can be a little slower. Maybe that's something for the orange. I don't know yet, but that's another dimension. And need to be mixed with the main dry, aggressive rhythm tone. We will start with the rhythm guitars. I will just play the DI track, and I can switch between the amps, and you can watch me do my job. Let's see what happens. Let's go. Alright, so I've actually found some interesting results. I really expected to use mainly the rectifier, but it turned out it has a lot of balls, a lot of low end, and it sounds really aggressive, and I expected to use it because I know it has that palm mute aggression around 3K, you know. But it sounds too scooped. It just sounds too scooped. I feel like those palm mutes in this modern metal song, they need more mids than a rectifier can give them. It sounds too old school in a way. I don't know. It's just too scooped. And so it needs to sound a little more genty in the mids. So gong, 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 gong. That's what I want. And the rectifier is giving us something higher. You know, something like that. So have a listen to the rectifier. And now I switch to the Savage, which is actually kind of just as dry and just as aggressive, but it has more mids. Can you hear that? Gang, 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 gang. That's making things just, I don't know, more in your face and a little more modern sounding to me. Let's go back to the rectifier. And also the low end seems to be a little out of control. I just prefer the Savage here. That's like comparing those amps directly, that's my favorite right now because it has all the qualities of what we need right now. But there are some cool alternatives. For example, that Black Star. I was first trying like channel 3, but that just sounded way too compressed for me. Have a listen. And then I went back to the Crunch channel, which doesn't have that much gain, but it sounds extremely dry and extremely in your face. I boosted the highs a little, boosted the lows a little, and it sounds like this. And I like how dry it sounds, so that might be a really cool combination with the Angle that is a little more compressed. So if we combine those two amps, 2 rhythm tracks reamped through the Angle, 2 rhythm tracks through the Black Star, we will have like 2 faders in the mix that we can blend. This one will sound more dry, more in your face, a little more throaty, and this one will sound more aggressive, but also less dynamic, a little more compressed. Could be a cool combination. I might also want to use another mic pair with this one. Let's just try the one of the Genty microphones with the Black Star. Let's just turn on the Swamp Thang, for example, together with the 57 on the V30. So that's even more gang, 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 you know, that 1K feel that makes those guitars sound genty and modern. That really helps. So that combination makes it even better. Let's just say I'm gonna reamp several versions, you know, and you will be able to download all those different versions because I'm not really sure what to do, but this could be a great combination. The Angle and the Black Star. This one with a different mic setup, our basic mic setup, the V30, 57 and the R and T tube mic, you know, that full perspective, full sounding combination, and this one with a more genty mic combination because it's so dry. And the other combination would be the rectifier because it's so scooped, and the Brunetti because it's so mid-forward. Remember, we have 4 rhythm guitar tracks. So the first 2 tracks, I will reamp them both through the Angle and through the rectifier. And the other 2 will be reamped through the Black Star and the Brunetti. And I will give you all those tracks so you can find your favorite combination. Let's reamp that stuff now. We are back in Cubase. Let me show you the tracks we have reamped and let me show you what I've done, because I've done a little pre-mixing here. And I can already tell you those tracks work really well. So have a look at those 4 green tracks here. Those are the first 2 pairs of rhythm guitars that we reamped. So we got the Angle left and right, and we got the Black Star left and right. And they're almost at the same volume. The Black Star, I think, is around 2 dB more quiet than the Angle. And together they sound like this. And that sounds good, right? That sounds good. Let me show you what I've done. So as you can see here on the left, we got no processing on the Angle, no processing on the Black Star. Here on the Angle group, there's something going on. So what is this? We have a little EQ, but basically this is, this is just, let me solo the Angles. This is just a low cut at 70 Hertz and a high cut at 10K 600. So we're basically just removing some fizz here. I forgot to show you the guitars alone. So these are the Engel soloed. And then we had our extra dry gent guitars, the Black Star. This one, let's have a listen. So a lot more. Let's go back to the Engel. So we got that EQ here, just high and low cutting a little bit. What else? We got an instance of FabFilter Pro MB taking care of the low end. Let's see. So it's mostly reacting to the palm mutes, taking out some of the boominess in the low end. Let me just bypass this one. So you can clearly hear some there that we don't need, so that's being removed by this plugin. Let's have a look at the Black Stars. Here is the group. There's also an instance of MB, and here I did a little more. So I did remove like the boominess and the palm mutes, but I also added a little mid bite here. Let's have a listen. Let me bypass this one. So I'm boosting the mids to give those guitars even a little more of that genty feel. All right, let's have another listen with those guitars together. And let's turn on the bass. That will make it even more interesting. So this is not a final mix, but this almost sounds like a final guitar tone to me. It's maybe 90 or 95%. It needs some fine tuning later in the mix or when the vocals come in, but it actually sounds really good. Why does it sound really good? Because, you know, if you really pay attention to every part in the signal chain, and if you stick to your vision of what you want that guitar to sound like, you can get really, really close to a final sound without a lot of plugins and a lot of repair work and a lot of processing. All right, so let's have a listen to the other two pairs of guitars. Remember, I also wanted to reamp the rectifier together with the Brunetti amp. Remember, the rectifier sounds harsher. It has that classic rectifier upper mid bite, so you don't have the kong kong kong, but a higher and it sounds really scooped. And the Brunetti with that mid boost turned on, I was thinking maybe that can compensate the scooped sound of the rectifier. Let's see how this sounds. So I'm gonna switch from those four green guitars here to the other ones. Let's start with Engel and Black Star. Let me turn off the bass for now. So you see both kind of works, but the first one, the green tracks here, have a lot more mids and they sound a little more modern to me. That's more of a modern sound where you have that 1K gong 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 in the palm mutes, whereas the other one sounds a little colder, still more scooped, with more high-end bite, a little industrial perhaps, but also a little more dry. I mean, they both sound great. Now it depends on what you want. We wanted a modern sound that is dry and in your face. They both are. Now we can decide if we want something more mid-forward and a little more musical, or if we want something that is more aggressive, more brutal, more in your face. Let me turn on the bass and switch one more time between those two pairs. pretty big difference here. You have a lot of rattle on the rectifier tracks. Here I prefer the other ones. That sounds a little warmer and fuller. Compared to this. But it stays a matter of taste. You know, it both sounds almost like a final guitar tone. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed that. Again, if you enjoyed that course, you know, there's a link below. Or you just win the contest. Then you get the course as well. Up to you, you know. You download those drum tracks and start fiddling around and start coming up with ideas. And I'm looking forward to checking out all your riffs together with Jens Bogren after Christmas. So we will do a video together where we analyze your riffs. So if you come up with a cool riff, you will even get Jens's and my feedback. Isn't that cool? That's all for today. Have you already subscribed to this channel, my friend? If not, then I'm very disappointed. So, you know, hit that button, subscribe, ring the bell, or the German bald guy will, you know, will haunt you with his satanic powers. So, let's make Christmas a little darker again. Dark December at BOGREN Digital, Kristian Kohle month, mix contest. Come up with your cool riffs and guitar tones. I want to hear them. See you in hell, motherfuckers. Bye-bye.